So Southern Illinois will start things off here in this contest. It'll be Brian Winters. Brian in this tournament so far, he's hitting .400 in 5 at-bats. He's got 2 hits, 2 singles. And we are just about ready to go. The first pitch from Gus Hughes at 8:24. So the first pitch, a ball in there, 89 on the gun from Gus Hughes. Back-to-back 89 mile per hour pitches. Brian Winters hits from the left side. Pitch outside, 2-1. Greensboro, North Carolina. Three and 1 the count. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, count full. Greensboro, North Carolina, 653 miles from Marion. Pitch is fouled off by Brian Winters. He hangs in there. Full count as we're just underway here at Rentwood Park. 320 down the left field line, 400 to center, 375 in the power alley and right, 325 down the right field line. The 3-2 pitch from Hughes. Swung on and missed, 88 mile an hour fastball. Gets Brian Hughes for the first out of the game. And Cole Malawi will make his way to the plate.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 1, Colt.
Malawi. He's looking for his first hit in this tournament. Coming into tonight's game, defensively, it's Lee, Johnson, Jenkins, left to right. Donnell, Ram, Tompkins, Hairston, left to right around the infield. Brady, the catcher, and Hughes, the pitcher. The first pitch from Hughes was in there for a strike. Cole Malawi bats from the right side. Southern Illinois in the white uniforms with the blue letters and the blue sleeves. The pitch outside, 1-1 now. Decent crowd here at Rentwood for this matchup. The area host team on the corner outside, 1-2. Still a little muggy. Not much of a wind here at Rentwood Park. Flags to center field, waving just a little bit. You see the flags of all the international teams here, along with the flag of the United States. Here is the 1-2 from Hughes. Driven, foul. As Malawi was ready for that. It's 87 mile an hour fastball. He turned on, actually got out in front of it. Previous game, we just saw some fantastic defensive plays. Darryl Collins made probably the play of the tournament. And a fly ball to short left center field. He came in and dove for it. Made the catch just off the ground. Couple innings before that, went after a foul ball down the line, wound up flipping over the wall down the left field line. Didn't make the catch, but it sure wasn't because of effort. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Hughes to Malawi. Outside, 3-2. Greensboro is the third most populous city in North Carolina after Raleigh and Charlotte. Some of the famous people from Greensboro. That ball popped up along the left field foul line, but it's going to go out of play as well. Some of the famous people: John Eisner, the pro tennis player; Dr. Frank Jobe, the orthopedic specialist who invented the Tommy John surgery; Curly Neal, the Harlem Globetrotters; Keenan Allen, the wide receiver for the Chargers; inside is Malawi. Did a good job fighting off good pitches, and he earns the walk to first base.
Now batting, first baseman, number 20, Austin Jerger.
That's going to bring up Austin Jerger, the first baseman. He hits from the left side, so Malawi is at first. That ball's hit towards second, could be two. The flip to second in time, that's all they're going to get, as the toss was a little low, and Bram just couldn't get the handle on it. So the play goes 4-2 on Malawi for the second out. Jerger, with the fielder's choice, is at first.
Now batting,
Gavin Baldwin will step in for Southern Illinois with the runner at first. Here's the pitch from Bruce White. Outside, ball one. Gavin Baldwin. Hitting 200. He's 1 for 5. That was a single. Pitch high and tight. Goes to the backstop. That's going to allow Jerger to advance to second on the pass ball. So a runner in scoring position for Southern Illinois here in the first. Malawi is at, Jerger is at second. Off the window right here. If I had my fishnet, I could have caught that one. Thanks for that. That's the closest that's come to coming in the booth. And truthfully, I was trying to figure out where to run to. 2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. Uses pitch a little bit high, 3-1 now. I wasn't going to run. I was going to knock it down. Outfield straight away for Greensboro. Infield playing deep. Curveball. Misses inside, so now 2 on, 1 out. Nick Hunter will be the batter. Nick Hunter hitting .333. He has 2 hits and 6 at-bats, a single, a double, 3 RBIs, scored 2 runs. So a good opportunity for Southern Illinois to get on the board here in the first inning. As there's a conference at the mound with Bruce White. Just to finish our thought on Greensboro, North Carolina, of course, the home of the headquarters of the Atlantic Coast Conference. It's hosted the ACC basketball tournament 23 times. And the Wyndham Golf Championship was held there in Greensboro. Love watching that tournament. It's a beautiful course. I'd like to play sometime. No scores. We're just underway here in the nightcap game at Rent One Park, home of the Southern Illinois Miners. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Bruce White. The right-hander steps and throws outside. 2-0. With 2 runners on, he's throwing from the stretch. Speaking of the Southern Illinois Miners, they're going to be playing tomorrow night here at Rent One Park. As the manager of Greensboro, Brett Garrett, wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Gus Hughes. The Miners coming off a road trip to the Chicago area where they dropped 3 in a row to Windy City. Tomorrow, here at Rent One Park, it's going to be a busy day, as it will be a ball game at 10 o'clock that will feature Brownsville, Texas, taking on Puerto Rico. And then a game at 12:30 that will feature South Korea and the winner of this game. And then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Southern Illinois Miners host Evansville Otters. These two teams, I believe, are tied in the division. As the pitch is way inside, almost gets Hunter. He backs away. The count 3-0 now. So a good game. All these teams will be able to watch the Miners play tomorrow night here at home. Invite you to come out if you're in the area. Then a doubleheader on no game on Wednesday. Doubleheader on Thursday. That's for the Miners. Wednesday will be championship night here at Rent 1 for the Colt World Series. 3-1 is the count, 2 outs. The runners will be moving. Oh, excuse me, just 3-1. That is driven on a line to right field. It's down for a base hit. Here comes Jerger, who scores from second. Baldwin goes into third, and they get Hunter, who tried to stretch that out on the throw. But Southern Illinois gets on the board with the first run of the game. It's Nick Hunter with the RBI single to right field. Baldwin goes to third, but Hunter is thrown out from 9 to 6 for the third out of the inning. It's 1-0 Southern Illinois heading to the bottom of the first. Greensboro is coming to bat at the Colt World Series. The starting pitcher for Southern Illinois is Bruce White. The right-hander steps and fires in there just a bit high. That ball is driven toward left center field. Nice job by Brian Winters to go after it. Took a knee, slid on his knee to make the catch. There's one down in the top or the bottom of the first inning. It's going to bring up Cody Donnell, the third baseman for Greensboro. Donnell in this tournament so far, he's hitting .375, 3 hits and 8 at-bats, 3 singles. He's got 2 RBIs. He scored 2 runs. He's been hit by a pitch. First pitch is in for a strike. One and one the count to Donnell. He finds that one foul. Just to our right, but out of play. Here's the 1-2. Curveball. Fouled off again. Spoiled by Donnell. That was a good pitch. 65-mile-an-hour curveball from Bruce White. Swung on and missed. Catcher drops the ball. They'll complete the strikeout. 2, 3. So 2 down. And C.J. Johnson, the center fielder, will step in. Johnson, the power hitter for this Greensboro, North Carolina game. Hits from the left side. C.J. Johnson, .333. 2 hits and 6 at-bats. Skies that one toward the right side. Enough room for the first baseman for Southern Illinois. That's Jerger. He makes the catch, and Greensboro, North Carolina goes down in order. 1, 2, 3 after the flyout to the third baseman. We're heading to the top of the second. It'll be Poe, Anderson, and Compton coming up here at the 2018 Colt World Series.
Inning for Southern Illinois. Third
Dylan Poe in the tournament, hitting a cool .250, 1 for 4. That was a single. He scored 1 run. As he fouls off the first pitch, 84-mile-an-hour fastball from Gus Hughes. Poe bats from the left side. The pitch outside, 1-1. Southern Illinois, around 2 million populate the Southern Illinois region, also known as Little Egypt. Southern third of the state of Illinois. Two balls and one strike to Poe. Just misses. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Hughes. Man, he's pumping for Greensboro. As Poe is able to draw the walk to lead off the top of the second.
Now batting, second baseman, number 6, Bryce Anderson.
At the plate now, Bryce Anderson, the second baseman from Carterville. Hits from the right side. Ball is high. Anderson in the tournament. Hitting 143. He's 1 for 7. Here's the pitch from Hughes from the stretch. The 2-0. Inside, Anderson has to jump out of the way. 3-0 now. And Bryce Anderson walks on 4 pitches. So two runners on. The first two here in the bottom of the second. That's going to bring up Nick Compton, the left fielder. Compton hitting 250 as the coach from North Carolina, Brett Garrett, goes out to talk to his starter once again. Compton hitting 250 as a single, and he scored a run. And I think that is going to be it for Mr. Hughes as he walks off the mound. And there's a reliever coming in from right field. We'll get the number and have that for you coming up here. The 2018 Colt World Series. Back at Rentwood Park, the new pitcher is Derek Martinez for Greensboro, North Carolina. This is going to be Nick Compton walks. Yes, that's what I thought. Thought I'd missed something there. It's going to be Nick Compton, the left fielder. 2 on now for Southern Illinois. Nobody out. Poe at second. Anderson at first. The left-hander, Derek Martinez. First pitch outside for a ball. 81 miles an hour from Martinez. Compton comes into the game, like we said, hitting 250. A little bit low for ball 2. Nobody out, a great opportunity for Southern Illinois in this at bat. In the the top of the second. Outfield straight away. Infield playing for the double play up the middle. Way inside, actually hits Compton on the backside. He's going to go to first. Now the bases are loaded for Javi Beal. Javi Beal looking for his first hit here in the tournament. So Poe at third, Anderson at second, Compton at first, nobody out. The left-hander from the stretch, way outside, 81 mile an hour. When you get this far into a tournament, this is where you see how well your coaching staff has handled the pitchers because of the pitch count rule that they have in Pony League, as that pitch is in there for a strike. Derek Martinez, because now they don't count based on innings, they count based on the number of pitches, and that determines the rest factor. Count 1 and 2. Bases are juiced. Ready to go, the 1-2. Outside bounces at about 58.5 feet in front of the plate. It's 2-2 now. That is lined on the ground. That's going to be 2. As Rem picks it up, steps on second, tosses the first to Hairston, and the play goes. They're going to say that Rem did not touch the bag at second. So he did get the runner at first on the fielder's choice. That's Beal. 6-3 for the first out. So Poe scored. Poe scored 2-0. Anderson's at third. Compton is at second. It's 2-0, Southern Illinois. And the coach from Carolina steps out. Brett Garrett, he wants to talk to the home plate umpire. So I thought he got the runner at first. I apologize. Thought I saw that was in time, but it was a fielder's choice. So Beal reaches. And we're back to the top of the order now. Anderson's at third. Compton's at second. Beal is at first, and Brian Winters is the batter. Center fielder struck out the first time. Hits from the left side. Nobody down. And the ball gets behind the catcher. Here comes Anderson. He's going to make it in as he's safe and steps on the plate and comes back and double checks for the third run for Southern Illinois, and the other 2 runners move up. Compton's at third now. Beal is at second. And the pitch was a ball. 1-0. And here comes the coach once again, Brett Garrett. This is his 4th visit to the mound in 2 innings. And he's going to take out Martinez and go to the bullpen. All right, back here at Rent-One Park, C.J. Anderson is the new pitcher for Greensboro, North Carolina. C.J. Anderson, in the first game of the tournament, he was the starting pitcher. And the first pitch is a ball. He came to the plate, hit a triple in the gap, and as he went into third base. He dove head first and he tweaked an ankle. The next half inning, he tried to pitch, but just couldn't. Here comes Compton as the pitch. It's a wild pitch from Anderson. So Southern Illinois is utilizing the speed on the base paths to score runs. Javi Beal is now at third base. Brian Winters, the batter. So 4-0. Southern Illinois over Greensboro, North Carolina here in the second. That ball's hit toward the right side, but it's going to be foul. Evens up the count, 2-2. Pitch is swung on and missed. That's a strikeout of Winters. He struck out 2 times in the game. So now Cole Malawi, who singled in the first, will come to the plate. Beal is the runner at third. 2 down. No, 1 down, rather. As the pitch is a little bit low for C.J. Johnson. Johnson's a left-hander, works from the third base side of the rubber. Catches the outside corner, 84-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Evens the count, 1-1. Still just a little bit of a breeze here at Rent 1. Sometimes blowing to left, sometimes blowing out to center. So winds are out of the southwest. This ball's lined into left field. That's going to score. Beal, hard hit single by Cole Malawi. That was turned on a fastball. So Cole Malawi is at first. He's 2 for 2 in the game. And Austin Jurger is the batter. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Scored the first run of the game for Southern Illinois. As they try to pick off Malawi at second, throw the ball away, and so Malawi gets up and scampers down to second base on the throw from C.J. Anderson. Let's run down some of the games for North Carolina. They got beat by Korea in game 2 of the tournament, 5-4. Then they beat Mexico 10-7. That was on Saturday, game 6. Then they beat Covina, California yesterday. That knocked Covina, California out of the tournament. 5-4 was the final there. This is the 4th game against Southern Illinois. 1-0 the count to Austin Jurger. Jurger hits from the left side. Thought about swinging in there for a strike. 83-mile-an-hour from Johnson. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. That is driven over the second baseman into right field. Are they going to send Malawi? They do. The throw was cut off. Malawi scores all the way from second. 6-0, Southern Illinois.
Now batting, right fielder, number 7.
Jurger with the single to right. Solid. Right over the top of the second baseman, Tonkin's glove. Only by about 4 or 6 inches. Now batting, Gavin Baldwin, right fielder. He walked in the first. 6 runs on 3 hits for Southern Illinois. Greensboro, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. is that ankle that Johnson, I talked about that just a minute ago. He hasn't pitched since that first game of the tournament. And so as he landed his plant foot, I think he rolled that foot. Now, you have to remember here at Rent One Park, that mound, that is not dirt. That is carpet. It is different as a pitcher when you have to throw on this the first few times. I can even tell you that for pitchers that come into Rent One Park, for the Southern Illinois Miners that play or even play against the Miners, some of them it takes a while to get adjusted to the fact that that's a piece of carpet. That is not dirt. Your plant foot lands different, and they're going to give him a couple of pitches to see how that ankle is. He's suffered some ankle issues in this game anyway. He's a little hobbly, but he says, I'm good to go. I'll throw one. So let's reset. Jurger is at second. There is one out at the plate. Gavin Baldwin. Baldwin walked his first time up. C.J. Johnson, the pitcher, the left-hander, delivers. High for a ball. 2-0. The 2-0 is on the way. Swung on and a miss. 82-mile-an-hour fastball from Johnson. Little high. Baldwin couldn't lay off. Count now 2-1. Johnson takes his time, looks back at second. And Baldwin steps out. Johnson wasn't ready to go. He just kept looking back at second. That's where Jurger stands for Southern Illinois. Has his lead. Here's the pitch. Foul. Right in front of the third base dugout. Bounces all the way out toward left field. So everybody resets. Johnson looks in, gets his sign from his catcher, Brady. Johnson takes a look back at second. Here's the pitch. Gets away from Brady just enough that Jurger can get into third base. And now he's 90 feet away from scoring the 7th run. As Baldwin struck out for the second out of the inning. So this is Nick Hunter, the 9th batter here in the top of the second inning. Hits from the left side, first time up. An RBI. In there, ooh, just missed. Had to have been inside, 82 mile an hour for Johnson. So Jurger is at third. The 2-0 with 2 outs. Outside, 3-0. C.J. Johnson already the 3rd pitcher in the game, and it's still just the top of the 2nd inning. Catches the corner. 3-1. Outside. And Nick Hunter takes a walk.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 4, Dylan Poe.
Dylan Poe. He walked and scored in the second. Was the first of the 5 runs to score in the second inning. Southern Illinois has batted around. He started this second inning for Southern Illinois. Poe hits from the right side. Timeout called. Here comes the pitch from Anderson. Throws to first. Hunter gets back in. First inning went reasonably quick. Snail's pace here in the second. Southern Illinois is batted around. Pitch is outside for a ball from Anderson. In there for a strike, 80 mile an hour. Fastball from Anderson. Evens the count, 1-1. The left-hander works from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. There it goes. Hunter. He took off early. Shortstop Ram boots the ball. So everybody's safe. Jerger scores from third. The hit and run, Hunter winds up at second. Poe singles. Sure, that'll be an error on the shortstop. Should be. E6. And now, second baseman Bryce Anderson steps in. Last time up, he walked. He scored. That was in the second. His first time around. This is his second time hitting here in the second inning. The 11th man to bat. Yes, there is a 10-run rule in these games. As a matter of fact, Marion beat Mexico by the 10-run rule. 10 runs in the 5th inning. But we're not at that point yet. Pitch is low from Anderson. 3-0. Bryce Anderson will take this pitch. C.J. Anderson will try to throw a strike. The left-hander delivers inside. Walks Anderson on 4 straight pitches. For the second time he walked on 4 straight pitches.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 10, Nick Compton.
So Hunter is at third. Poe is at second. Anderson at third. Nick Compton was hit by a pitch his first time up. Anderson delivers. In for a strike. 2 down. Seven to nothing. Southern Illinois the lead. High. 83 on the gun. C.J. Anderson sporting Fabio hair has trouble with the hat on some pitches. Here's the 1-1. That's popped up to short. Actually, third is going to take that. That's Donnell. And that will end the inning. So Southern Illinois scores 6 here in the bottom of the top of the second. We are heading to the bottom of the seconds. It is 7-0 Southern Illinois over Greensboro, North Carolina. This is the 2018 Colt World Series. It's the bottom of the second inning. Isaiah Hairston will hit for the first time in the game. Hairston from the left side, batting for Greensboro. They find themselves down 7-0 in the second inning. Isaiah Hairston hitting 182 in the tournament. 2 hits, 11 plate appearances as he fouls the first one off. The second one off, rather. It's 1-1. I think a few minutes ago, I reversed a score. I said that Marion beat Mexico 10-0. Actually, Mexico beat Marion. As a long throw from left field on the single by Hairston. I think Compton thought Hairston was going to come wide of the bag and tried to catch him off guard. Heck of a throw from left. So now it is Isaiah Rem, the shortstop. He hits from the left side. Pitch in there for a strike from Derek Martinez. Gus Hughes. White. Bruce White. That ball gets away from the catcher, and that allows Hairston to get down to second. Florida Marlins knocked off the Cardinals tonight 2-1. So a runner in scoring position. That's Hairston. Ram at the plate. The 1-2 from Bruce White. Pulled foul over the top of the dugout of Greensboro, North Carolina. The dugout to my right. As there's a balk called by the second base umpire. So that moves Hairston in over to third. Pitch way outside, 2-2. That was a long delay as Southern Illinois was hitting there in the second. Bruce White not quite as sharp as he was early in that first inning. Pop flies short center. Here comes the center fielder Winters. A long way to make a nice catch and to hold the runner at third base. Well done. One down. Justin Brady will be the batter, the catcher.
The catcher, number 2.
Hairston stays at third. There's one down.
Number 5, correction. Number 5.
That is pulled toward right field. Baldwin makes the catch. Here comes the throw. Is it in time? No, it's cut off as Hairston scores from third. The sacrifice from Baldwin is good. 2 down. And number 20,
Now batting, center fielder,
Bryson Hamlet.
Bryson Hamlet.
Hamlet is the batter. Number 20. So now it's 7-1 here in the bottom of the second as Hamlet swings through. Southern Illinois, 7 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Greensboro has 1 run, 1 hit, 3 errors. This one is popped up out toward left. Compton doesn't have to move too far, makes the catch, and that's how we end the second inning. Top of the third inning for Southern Illinois. Be the number 9 hitter, Javi Beal, hit in fielder's choice in the second inning. He hits from the left side, squares to bunt, pulls it back, ball 1.
When we were looking for a streaming platform, we were looking for something live. It just had to work. We needed something that was easy to install.
The 2-0 pitch to Javi Beal. From C.J. Anderson. Catches the outside corner at 83 miles an hour. In there for a strike. 2-2. Inside, full count now. C.J. Anderson ready to go. The left-hander steps, throws inside, and that's a walk to Javi Beal. Top of the order now for Southern Illinois center fielder Brian Winters. Winters has struck out twice, both times swinging. That, as Winters squared to bunt, he bunts it foul. They got him at first on the pickoff. Nice job by C.J. Anderson. Picked him off. So that eliminates the base runner for Southern Illinois. Here comes the 0-1 from Anderson. Down the middle for strike 2. C.J. Anderson, the pitcher. Brian Winters, the hitter. In the tournament, he's flown out once to left, once to right. Those are, or actually, those are his hits. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. The catcher, Brady, heads out to talk to his pitcher. Here's the 2-2. Inside for ball 3. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. Third time that Brian Winters had struck out. 2 down now in the top of the third. It's going to be Cole Malawi at the plate. Singled in the first, singled and scored in the second. Hits from the right side. C.J. Johnson has thrown 37 pitches. He catches the outside corner for a strike on pitch number 38. Way outside. That one got away from Anderson. Down to 80 degrees in southern Illinois. Winds out of the south at 6. 89% humidity. Outside, 2-1. Outside, 3-1. And so Malawi will walk. Heads down to first. 2 down, top of the third. Austin Jerger reached on a fielder's choice in the first, singled in the second. He scored both times. Hits from the left side. First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 pitch driven to center field. Hamlet comes in 5 or 6 steps and makes the catch, and that's how we end the top of the third for Southern Illinois. It's the bottom of the third here at Rent One Park. It'll be Luke Jenkins hitting here in the game for the first time. Jenkins in this tournament. Hitting .333, 2 for 6. He has 2 singles, 1 RBI, scored 1 run. The 1-1 pitch from Bruce White outside. 2-1 now. On deck will be Devin Tompkins. That ball lined up the left field line. The diving Poe couldn't come up with it. Get the ball in quickly to second. A nice job by Compton to get over to it, get it in, and that held Jenkins to just a single. And now Devin Tompkins will hit for Greensboro. .222 hitter, 2 hits and 9 appearances, 2 singles, has 1 RBI, scored 2 runs. Hits from the right side. On deck, Cody Donnell. Here's the pitch from Bruce White. Steps off. Gonna reset. He's working from the stretch with the runner at first. Just a little bit outside. Ball 1. Don't forget the time changes coming up tomorrow for the games. Game 16 was originally set for 11 o'clock as they throw toward first. And Jenkins gets back in there. It was originally set for 11 o'clock. That's been moved up now to 10 a.m. And the 1:30 game has been moved up to 12:30 as White hits outside for a strike, 1-1. There's about a 50% chance of some showers tomorrow. I think that may be the reason the games are moved up. Haven't heard that officially. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. 1-2. Supposedly at some point during this game, going to have the opportunity to talk to the CEO and president of Pony, Mr. Abraham Key. That pitch just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tompkins watched that pitch outside all the way in. Now it's full with a runner on. Jenkins will be off on the pitch. Nobody out. Outside walks him. 2 on now. Jenkins moves down to second. Top of the order now. Noah Lee flew out to center field to start things. Brian Winters, the center fielder for Southern Illinois, shades Lee to pull the ball toward, a little bit toward left. Opening up the right field line, they think Lee's going to pull this ball. Swing and a miss. 72-mile-an-hour fastball. So Baldwin way off the line in right. Big gap toward right center. Brian Winters shaded toward left. That ball drops in front of the right fielder, Baldwin. And so now the bases are loaded for Greensboro. This game is not over by any means. And Greensboro, a good enough offense, once they get rolling, they can rack some out. Third baseman Cody Donnell steps toward the plate. Uses the handle of the bat to make a cross sign before he steps in the batter's box. I've seen that from 3 or 4 of the players. That ball fouled back. It's caught by the netting behind home. 0-1. Jenkins at third, Tompkins at second. Lee is at first. Cody Donnell grounded out 2-3. Catcher to first in the first inning. Struck out, exactly. Sorry, my bad. Struck out. And then throw from the catcher to complete the strikeout. Outside with the pitch, 1-1. Way outside, that gets by the catcher, Beal. And Jenkins comes in sliding head first. He scores. Tompkins is at third. Lee is at second. And the score now is 7-2. Just a bit low. 3-1. The count to Cody Donnell. Way high. Walks him. So once again, the bases are loaded. And here comes the skipper for Southern Illinois, Todd Poe. Makes the walk from the dugout. Has his infield all around him. Not going to make any changes here. Nobody out. 1 run already in. The bases are loaded. And Bruce White remains on the mound. Outside corner for a strike. Here's the 0-1. A little high, 1-1.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 22, C.J. Johnson.
He skies that one. The right side. Jurger moves under it. And makes the catch for the first out. Isaiah Hairston will step in, the first baseman. He singled in the second and scored. He scored the first run for Greensboro.
Isaiah Hairston.
Outfield playing straight away now. Pitch outside for ball 1 with the bases loaded. Hit towards center. Winters comes in on it. Makes the catch. Runs it on in, and that's going to keep the runner at third. Tompkins. Ball just wasn't quite deep enough to risk getting thrown out at the plate. So 2 down now.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Here comes Isaiah Rem.
Isaiah Rim.
He flew out to center to Winters back in the second inning. 7-2 the score. 7 runs on 3 hits for Southern Illinois. 2 runs on 3 hits. They have, Greensboro has 3 errors in the game. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit high. Fouled off. 2-1. That ball fouled off to our left as well.
Please return all foul balls to the visit SI table located in front of the minors team store. Thank you.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. White's pitch hit towards second. Anderson is there, flips to second, and the force out of O'Donnell is complete. Monday nights, as the Southern Illinois squad comes to plate here in the top of the 4th inning. They lead at 7-2 over Greensboro, North Carolina game. This is a win or go home game, elimination. The winner of this will play. Need to look at my bracket in just a moment. Game number 15, they will play at 12:30 tomorrow, whoever the winner is. And again, don't forget those games both have been moved up as to what they were originally scheduled. There was an 11 o'clock game that will now be played at 10. There was a 1:30 game that will be played at 12:30. And the Southern Illinois Miners play here at home tomorrow night following all of that. So we invite you to stick around for a full day of baseball at Rent One Park. It's been a great week so far. Started on Friday night as that ball is lined and caught in the air by Rem. Hard hit ball by Baldwin. Lined over to short, though, for the first out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 8.
Here's Nick Hunter.
Hunter.
Walked back in the second. Hits from the left side. Outside for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1. In outside. 2-1 now with 1 out. Hunter at the plate. Crowds the plate from the left side. Inside, backs him off just a touch. 3-1. C.J. Johnson still pitching for Greensboro. He's up to 53 pitches so far in the game. The left-hander steps up on the rubber. Steps. And walks him. So Hunter is on first base. He's walked twice in this game. Walks a hit as far as the game goes. So now Dylan Poe, number 4, the third baseman, he'll step in. Walked in the second. Reached on an error by the shortstop in the second inning. His second time up. That's when Southern Illinois scored 6 runs to blow this game wide open. 7-2 right now. Just the top of the 4th inning. Pitch is fouled off by Poe. Here's the 0-1. Little bit high. Evens it up at 1-1. 9:45 in Southern Illinois. Game time started 8:24. So about an hour and a half into this game. And it's the top of the 4th inning. C.J. Anderson works from the stretch. As the pitch gets away from the catcher, that allows Hunter to move down to second. One-two is hacked at. Ball is dropped by the second baseman. No, he held on to it. They're saying he held on to it. So a strikeout of Poe, 2 down. And Bryce Anderson will bat now for Southern Illinois.
Number 6, Bryce Anderson.
Outside for a ball. Last time up, Bryce. He's walked twice in this game. He's no official at bats. Right down the middle from C.J. Anderson. 82 mile an hour fastball for a strike. So Hunter is at second. He's the base runner for Southern Illinois. Here's Anderson. Foul tipped. Straight back. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs, 1 on. Anderson stares back at second. Throws it in there. Strikes out. Bryce Anderson for the 3rd out of the inning. Justin Brady will lead off the bottom of the fourth for Greensboro. He lines that one in the gap in right center field, just over the head of Bryce Anderson. Gets past the right fielder, and he just keeps on running. Winds up at second base on what should have been a single. Nice hustle from Justin Brady. We'll call it a double until we see otherwise.
Center fielder, number 20,
Bryson Hammett will come to the plate. Takes it for a strike. Just a bit outside. Big lead at second base for Brady. This one's driven down the right field line, headed toward the corner. Brady's going to score all the way from second, and an RBI as the ball gets away, but it's going to, catcher Beal picks it up and holds Hamlet at first. Justin Brady scores all the way from second base. So it's 3 runs now for Greensboro. They find themselves down 7-3. Luke Jenkins, the right fielder at the plate. Outside, 75-mile-an-hour fastball from Bruce White. Misses again to the outside. 2-0. That's driven up the middle. Caught by the shortstop. Throws it to first. Not in time to double off Hamlet, but a nice play by Malawi to get to that.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 2.
First out of the inning. That ball was right up over the top of second base. Malawi went and got it. Made a good throw toward first. Just wasn't in time. Devin Tonkins, the batter. His second at bat of the game. That one is pulled down the left field line, and it's going to be foul. Wasn't too far from being out. Probably about 310 feet. But a little bit too far left of the left field foul pole. Long strike for Tonkins. 1-1 the count with 1 out. 1 on. Hit toward third. Oh, Poe got 8 up. He didn't get down quick enough. So that is going to put runners at first and second. Top of the order, Noah Lee. Runners at first and second. One strike on Lee. Flew out to center in the first, singled in the third. They have the runner at second and a run down. Throw him out at third. Nice job by Beal to Bryce Anderson, and then they gun down Hamlet at third. That's the second out of the inning. This pitch is hit toward short, flip to second. Here we go to the top of the 5th inning for Southern Illinois. The host area school in this tournament, all-star team from Southern Illinois. It's going to be Nick Compton leading off for Coach Todd Poe here in the top of the 5th inning. 7-3 the score. Fouled straight back. That was a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the area team. 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Greensboro. Count even at 2-2. C.J. Johnson delivers for strike 3. 70-mile-an-hour changeup gets Compton looking. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Javi Beal.
Now batting, the catcher, number 12, Jaime Beal.
Beal hits from the left side. Stands right on top of the plate. On the inside of the batter's box. 1 ball, no strike. Johnson not wasting any time now delivering. Inside 2-0, 82-mile-an-hour fastball from Johnson. That ball's grounded towards short. Rim with it. Long throw across. Gets Beal by a step. 2 down. And so now back to the top of the order. Brian Winters.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 3, Brian Winters.
Brian has struck out 3 times in this game. Six strikeouts in the game for Southern Illinois. Brian Winters has 3 of the 6. He hits here in the 5th. Can redeem himself right here. Inside 2-0. A 4-run lead for Southern Illinois, 7-3. Inside 3-0. Straight up 10 o'clock in Marion, Illinois, Central Time, U.S. That was a strike, 3-1. C.J. Anderson's pitch outside. So Brian Winters walks. And Cole Malawi, the shortstop, is going to step in.
Number 1, Colt Malawi.
Singled in the first, singled in the second, walked in the third. We're in the top of the 5th. Check the swing. Home plate ump says he went around for 1 strike. Runner at first, that is Winters. Here's the 0-1. Winters takes off. It's fouled off to the right. Winters will have to come back. So one of these teams will be eliminated here tonight. Anderson's pitch gets away from Brady, but nobody advances. The winner of this game will play tomorrow at 12:30. The other half of the bracket will play tomorrow. That will be at 10 a.m. And that's going to be Puerto Rico taking on Brownsville, Texas. Ball gets away from Brady, a wild pitch, and that allows Winters to scamper his way down towards second in scoring position. Looking back, can't see the last hit for Southern Illinois. Came back in the 2nd inning when Austin Jurger singled. The ball gets away from Brady again. And now Winters finds himself 90 feet away from home plate, standing on third base. Three balls, two strikes, two out. All four walked him. So Malawi walks. 2 walks to go with 2 singles in the contest tonight. And in steps Austin Jurger, the first baseman.
Now batting, first baseman, number 20, Austin Jurger.
C.J. Anderson, the pitcher, a little bit high. He's up to 86 pitches in this game. And he came in the top of the second. We're in the top of the fifth. Gets one in there for a strike. 81-mile-an-hour fastball. C.J. Johnson, the pitcher. Here is the 2-1 pitch. Looks toward first, throws toward first. And Malawi gets back in there. Little bit high. Jurger has to back away from it. 3 balls, 1 strike. C.J. Johnson from the stretch. Runners at the corners. Throws ball 4 and loads him up. Malawi goes to second. Jurger goes to first on the walk. And I think there's going to be a pitching change made here by Brett Garrett. We'll see if he goes to the pin. He's got a couple that's been warming up down the right field line. So Baldwin will be the batter with a chance to drive in a couple here.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 7.
I apologize. I think I called the pitcher C.J. Anderson a couple of times. Wasn't there a football player named C.J. Anderson? I apologize. I have Johnson written down. Here's the 1-0 with 2 outs. Ball's foul back over the top. Hits just above us to the right. Inside 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th inning. As Baldwin steps out. That one is skied to the right, out of play. Full count now. Bases are loaded. Here's the 3-2. Hit in the air towards center rather. Center fielder goes a long way, makes an acrobatic catch, but he pulls it in. And that's going to end the inning on the long fly ball for Gavin Baldwin. Cody Donnell comes to the plate. Struck out in the first, grounded out in the third. The new pitcher for Southern Illinois, it's number 16, Noah Boone.
Receiver, $10. 6 sporting goods gift card.
Noah Boone, the right-hander, fires high. High once again, 2-1. That's fouled off. 2-2. Recapping scores from earlier today. The first game at 3 o'clock. It was Mexico knocking off Marion 10-0. The 10-run rule in the 5th inning. Brownsville, Texas advances. They beat the Netherlands. The Netherlands are out of the tournament. The defending champions. 3-2 the final there. 7-3. The score here as Cody Donnell strikes out for the first out in the 5th inning.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 22, C.J. Johnson.
C.J. Johnson is the batter. Hits from the left side. Popped out to first in the first inning. And he's hit by a pitch and is going to go to first base. Any little thing can get things going.
Now batting, first baseman, number 7.
The goal just to get on base. Keep moving along. Keep the train going. So now, Isaiah Hairston singled in the second, flew out in the third. As he fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. A little bit high, evens the count at 1-1. That ball hit down the left field line. It's sailing foul. Just short of the fence. That
Please return all foul balls to the Visit SI table.
the second fence down the left field line.
The team store of Southern Illinois Miners. Thank you.
Everybody watching online, appreciate you. Apologize for the name mistake earlier. 7-3 here in the 5th inning. Oh, that's driven into gap in right field. Man, hard hit ball going all the way to the wall as C.J. Johnson will round and score, and it'll be a stand-up triple for Isaiah Hairston. He got every bit of that one, hit it on a line toward right center. And he's standing on third base. As I said, any little thing can get things going. So now it's a 7-4 lead for Southern Illinois. Isaiah Rem, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Popped out to center in the second. Hit into a fielder's choice in the third. His third at bat here in the 5th. A little bit high and outside. A little bit low. 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1 from Noah Boone. Three and one. Boone replacing Bruce White. White threw 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned run, walked 2, struck out 1. This ball fouled down the left side. 3-2. As Isaiah Rem takes a walk to first. First and third now for Greensboro.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5.
With 1 out.
Justin Brady.
Infield for Southern Illinois up the middle, playing at double play depth. That's fouled off to the left. Ball comes back off the roof. Here's the 0-1. Down the line foul. Wasn't fouled by much. So he just dropped the barrel head down. Maybe by about 8-10 feet. 0-2. Runner at first takes off. Has to come back as it was a foul ball. 0-2 now to Rem. Rem is the runner at first. Brady is the batter. Hairston's at third. Here's the pitch from Boone. Again fouled off. Nice job protecting the plate for Brady. Pitch is inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is driven towards center field. Winters is there, makes the catch, but it's enough to get Hairston home. So an RBI on the sacrifice by Brady. Two down. Now it's 7-5.
Center fielder, number 20.
Bryson Hamlet, the center fielder, comes to the plate. So a runner at first. 2 runs have scored here in the 5th. The ball gets away from Beal, and he's heading for third. The runner in there, aggressive running. Man, what a fantastic job. Isaiah Ram stole second as the ball got past Beal, the catcher, and he just kept going, slid headfirst into third. And now he's just 90 feet away, and if he scores, Greensboro is down a run. 7-5 the score. 2 outs. Strike called. Evens the count at 1-1. On deck, Luke Jenkins, as that ball's fouled off. Here's Boone's pitch. Swung on and missed. That ends the inning. Strikeout of Bryson Hamlet. And we are going now to the top of the 6th. It'll be Nick Hunter, Dylan Poe, and Bryce Anderson all coming up. This is the 2018 Colt World Series. So new pitcher now for Greensboro, number 1, Eli Willen. He's going to pitch here in the 6th inning. It's a 7-5 game. Nick Hunter comes to the plate to lead things off in the 6th. As the attempted bunt by Hunter, just a strike. Willen's pitch, in for a strike, 72 mile an hour, right down the middle. One and two, driven foul down the right field line. One ball, 2 strike. Nick Hunter, the batter. Eli Willen, the pitcher. Hangs out there, just fouls it off. That is hit toward first, but it's foul. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is driven towards center. That's hit well. Winters goes back and makes the catch. Winters turned on that ball. Or excuse me.
Third baseman, number 4, Dylan Poe.
Dylan Poe comes up. Johnson turned and played that ball well in center field. Had a long way to go. Good footwork, and a nice catch. Dylan Poe swings and misses. walked in the second, reached on an error in his second time up in the second inning as Southern Illinois batted around. Struck out in the fourth. Tap foul here. Bryce Anderson on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This game 2 hours old. Outside for a ball, 2-2. Swing and a miss. 75-mile-an-hour fastball from Willen to get Dylan Poe. Poe struck out twice here tonight.
Now batting,
Now second baseman
number 6.
Bryce Anderson from Carterville, Illinois. See Bryce play sports all year long. Doing the call for Lion Sports. Looks at strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Pop down the right side, out of play. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Protect the plate, foul it off to the right. That's popped up. There's room to be caught here. First baseman slides over and makes the catch. And that ends the top of the 6th inning. Back here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the ground out for Jenkins for the first out.
Now batting, second baseman, number 2.
Here comes Devin Tompkins. Walked in the third, grounded out 6-4 in the fourth to short. 0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Little bit low. Oh. Couple of strikes been called there. So it's a 1-2 count. Foul tipped. That caught the ump. It's always nice to see the courtesy that the catchers and the umpires have. When one of them takes a foul ball, the other will take a walk, go out and talk to his catcher, or the ump will walk out, give that player an opportunity to recover and take a breather. They get beat up behind there. And I always like that common courtesy, that it's just kind of taken care of. Ball hit up the middle. Bryce Anderson knocks it down. Throws the first, not in time. And so Devin Tompkins reaches with an infield hit. So now we head to the top of the order. Left fielder Noah Lee will bat.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 3, Noah Lee.
His 4th time to hit here in the game. Flew out to center. Singled in the 3rd. Flew out, popped out to the first baseman. And he hits here in the 6th inning. Throw across, not in time to get Tompkins. He gets back in. Noah Boone, the pitcher for Southern Illinois. The right-hander throws from the stretch. That's popped up on the infield. Bryce Anderson, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps to his back, and he drops the ball. And he throws to second to get the out. He kind of lost his footing a little bit there on the last couple of steps. He was back on his heels. I think the ball hit off the heel of his glove. He recovers. So it's a fielder's choice for Noah Lee. 4-6 on the putouts of Tompkins. 2 down now. Cody Donnell, the 3rd baseman, steps in. Right side of the batter's box. 7 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for Southern Illinois. 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Carolina. In there for a strike. Boone's pitch, fouled off. Onto the roof. So an 0-2 count for Noah Boone on Cody Donnell. Here's a pitch. As Noah Lee gets the stolen base. Throw down was late. He's in scoring position now. 7-5 the score. Boone's pitch fouled off to the right. Curveball hangs up. 66-mile-an-hour curveball. I think it's the first curveball I've seen him throw in his 2 innings of work. Fastball lined off to the right. Foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That's hit toward second. Anderson with it. Throws to first. Gets Donnell for the 3rd out of the inning. Here we go, the 7th inning. Nick Compton will lead things off for Southern Illinois. They lead at 7-5 in the top of the 7th. Eli Willen still the pitcher for Greensboro, North Carolina. Everybody down there watching, thank you. As the ball outside to Compton. Pitch from Willen, swing and a miss. 69-mile-an-hour changeup from Willen to Nick Compton. Counts now 1-1. That is popped up on the left side. Third baseman makes the catch. Donnell. The first out here in the 7th inning. So now the catcher, Beal, will come to the plate. Up, pinch hitter.
Now batting, the catcher, number 9, Corey
Bunselmeyer. That one's hit in the air to second and caught. Two down.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 3, Brian Winter.
Brian Winters struck out 3 times. He's walked once. Was stranded at third in the 5th. Bats here in the 7th. That is lined down the left field line. It's going to get to the grass. The seating area here at Rent One Park. Seats about 7,000, 3,400 lawn chair or chair seats. Seating for about 2,000 in the lawn areas. 10-hole mini golf course here at the park. 3 concession stands, 14 suites, banquet facility. If you're ever in the area, come up and see us. Home for concerts. A lot of companies hold their picnics here at Rent One. It's just a great facility. Very happy to have it. Be glad to have you here as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Winters looks at ball 2 outside. Eli Willen, the pitcher. 4 pitchers have been used tonight by Greensboro. 3 were used in the first 2 innings. Pitch catches the inside corner. Strike for Brian Winters. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This is lifted out towards shallow left. Left fielder comes in. Nice job by Lee to come in and get that ball. Shortstop dove out of the way. Rim. And that ends the inning. Here we go for North Carolina. This is it. The bottom of the 7th. They're down 2 runs.
7th inning for Greensboro, North Carolina.
They need 2 runs to tie, 3 to win.
Number 22, C.J.
The meat of the order coming up, though. Center fielder C.J. Johnson will lead things off. Johnson flew out to center. Popped out to the pitcher. And he was hit by a pitch. Pitch high for ball 1. Here's the next pitch in the dirt. 2-0. 7 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Southern Illinois. 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Greensboro. That is swung on, a big swing from Johnson. He wanted every bit of that one. 2-1. Ball kind of hung up high for him, too. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled off, back toward the left. Now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boone's pitch. Lifted, foul down the left field line and out of play. Noah Boone, still the pitcher. Just a bit outside. He's gone 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 2. Three and 2 the count to Johnson, who's 0 for 2 tonight. This will be the 51st pitch from Noah Boone. Full count. Pulled foul and out of play. Hits just off the backside of the dugout toward the right on the first base side. try again. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one pulled foul once again. Maybe enough room for Jerger. Camps under it, makes the catch. C.J. Anderson is gone in the top of the 7th. He fouled off 4 pitches. That's the first out. First baseman, Isaiah Hairston. The next to step in. Inside for a ball. The winner of this game will play tomorrow. That's hit down the left field line. Foul. Barely. So the winner of this game will play tomorrow at 12:30. There's a 10 o'clock game that will feature Puerto Rico and Brownsville, Texas. This one's foul down the left field side. Up onto the roof. This crowd's hung right in here tonight. 10:45. Game started at 8:24. This one's lifted in the air. Left side. Third baseman makes the catch. That is Poe. 2 down. Down to the final out for Greensboro, North Carolina.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 6.
Isaiah Rem. The shortstop wears number 6 in this game. Flew out to center, hit into a fielder's choice and walked. This one is fouled back. Carolina up there hacking, trying to extend this ball game. Noah Boone trying to close it out with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground to second. Bryce Anderson has it, throws to first. Southern Illinois has knocked off Greensboro, North Carolina, and they advance on to play tomorrow at 12:30 when they will take on South Korea.